Alright, I thought I would make a video today about a new idea, a new subject or topic. And so this one is about glasses. As you can see, I'm wearing my glasses now. I think this is my first video that I'm making with glasses on. And I'm at a nice park here, so you can kind of see. I'll turn the camera around so you can sort of see it without me, but there's the park, and it's really kind of beautiful. You can kind of zoom in. There you go. Look at that light, for example. Let it focus on that. Wow. How about that? Pretty nice, huh? So anyway, we're at a park here, and I'll zoom back out and get myself back into the picture. So basically the idea I want to talk about today is glasses. What I mean by glasses are cool is glasses are practical, but they're not totally practical. They're sort of a somewhat impractical, but they're sort of practical in some ways. I have an interesting story to tell you. I didn't really, I guess I wasn't seeing all that well, and I didn't really know anything different. Well, I'm not really sure, but when I was in 5th grade, I was living in Indiana, and we had this vision test for our class. This was at an elementary school. So we got behind these little boxes, and you looked into them sort of like at a driver's license examining station, and they ask you little questions like, is there a ball on a table, or is it off the table, or stuff like that. But I couldn't see all that clearly, as obviously I wasn't passing the test. So I thought, well, now is there something on the equipment, like did somebody fog it up, or put smear some face grease on it or something. But I couldn't see it all that clearly, and so they said, well, you need glasses. And so I told my parents and everything, and I didn't want to wear glasses. At that age, I was worried about my cosmetic appearance. How do I personally look? So I didn't want to be somebody who had to wear glasses, and also, they're inconvenient. I mean, you got to go around with these glasses on your face. I mean, how nice is that, right? So I thought, I didn't want to get them, and so my dad thought, well, maybe my eyes will strengthen naturally. So I didn't get glasses for 3 years, but, in 5th grade, what the instructor writes on the chalkboard isn't all that important, at that age. I mean, it's sort of important. I don't know how schools are today in this day and age, but so you can see what's on the board maybe, or you can't, I don't know, depending also on where you're sitting, but we had assigned seats by alphabetical order, so you couldn't really just sit where you want. But it came to be that I couldn't see the board eventually. So by the time I got to 8th grade, it was really kind of important to see the board, And so I had a friend I was sitting next to in 8th grade, for example, and he could see really well, and he didn't wear glasses. And I would ask him, what the instructor was writing on the board when I couldn't see it, when I couldn't see it. But I really couldn't see the board at all. I couldn't see anything that the instructor was writing on the board. I think, well, maybe that's an exaggeration against myself, but you got the general idea that, so I needed glasses. So in 8th grade, I finally got glasses, but I went for like 3 years before I found out I needed them, until when I got glasses. But, now I do try to see naturally, and I'm just wearing these glasses on this video just to make a point that I look kind of nice in them, I think. But I wear glasses when I drive because I'm required to do so by law, or wear corrective lenses is what it means. And then I wear them like when I need to see something, like in a classroom, when I need to see the chalkboard, what's written on the chalkboard. And I also wear them when I watch television, but I don't wear them when I'm like just using the internet and looking at the computer screen. So other than watching television or looking at chalkboards or driving, I never wear glasses. I always take them off, and I live seeing naturally. But what this whole thing was a comparison. When I said glasses are cool on the title of this video, what I mean is comparing them to contact lenses. And I tried contact lenses, and I was in college. I was going to a community college, and so I got a set of contacts, and they were like Toric lenses. Back then, they were sort of weighted so that, because if you have I think it's called astigmatism, whatever. What it means is, it's not just that you need to have a corrective lens, but if you rotate the lens, it changes, the focus and everything for your eyes. So your lens, not only do you have to have a lens in front of your eye to see 20/20 or whatever, you've also got to have it just in the right rotation. You can't have it rotated 45 degrees or 90 degrees or whatever. So toric lenses are weighted so that they're in the right position, you know, rotated wise. So I had these toric lenses, and they were plastic, and I would take them out every night and put them on in the morning, and you had to soak them in enzymes once a week to like get the buildup off of them. But other than that, I don't recall that they really needed much cleaning. And you know, you store them in your case in the fluid, and they worked really well. I mean, they were great for studying. Some of the best studying I've ever done, well, at that young age, at that level in my career, definitely was with those toric contact lenses. So it was great. I mean, and you know, people can't even tell if you're wearing contact lenses because they can't tell. And you know, so you're like equal to anybody who has natural 20/20 vision, more or less equal. But there are things that are kind of can go wrong with them, like they get kind of stuff on them. You got to keep cleaning them, and they can slip around a bit, and you got to keep putting them in every morning and all that. But the other thing about them, and take them out every night. But the other thing about them is if you get something ever stuck between your lens and your eye, that's a real hassle. But the big thing about them though was, one time I was putting them away, and I guess I lost one, or it slipped off my finger or something, and so I lost it just for like a day, overnight, half a day or something. And the next morning I found it, and it was just stuck on something near my contact lens case. So it was just sitting there, but the lens, the contact lens had dried, so it was like sort of like a little dry cornflake, but of course it was transparent and much thinner and shaped like a contact lens. So when I picked it off of this thing that it was dried onto, it was just stuck there, it broke. I mean, it didn't break, it like tore slightly. It got a tear in it, so I couldn't use it. So I thought, oh wow, okay, so I still had glasses, you know, so I stopped wearing contact lenses at that point. And I had been wearing them, let's say, I would say a little over a year, but less than a year and a half. So maybe a year and a quarter, a year and a third, but almost a year and a half as was how long I'd been wearing contacts. But no, it was less than a year and a half. Like I said, maybe it was around a year and a quarter or a year and a third. So that's still a long time. And the point was, though, that when I had to stop wearing my contacts, it was a big worry for me, because I was working in a retail store and I had to use my eyes a lot, because we would put up merchandise and you have to know where everything is, and you got to like rotate the items on the shelves, and also face them up. That's when you pull the merchandise up so it's faced right out at the level of the at the end of the shelf where the customer sees it. So I had to know where everything is, but with my glasses, even though I was still getting 20/20 vision or so with my glasses, it just wasn't the same. It wasn't as nice. It wasn't as good. It wasn't like, you know, like having no glasses on. But it really taught me a lesson, because it really kind of got to me that I didn't have contacts anymore, and it was very difficult to adjust and get used to not having contacts and wearing eyeglasses and trying to work and so on with that. But eventually I got used to it again. But it really taught me a lesson, and that was just how much I had taken contact lenses for granted. And so I felt like it had weakened me, because I felt like I really needed them and I was depending on them. And so when I didn't have them, it was a real hardship. It was really, life was really sort of difficult for me at work and so on without contacts. So the lesson learned was that I thought, I don't want to get weak like that again, so I never got contacts again. That was quite a long time ago. And so now I've been wearing glasses, but I try to go without using glasses. I just wear glasses, like I said, when I need them to drive or see chalkboards, or sometimes when I watch TV. So the point is then that, you know, I try to see naturally as much as possible. But why glasses are cool is that they, you know, you can take them off anytime you want. Like if you're wearing glasses, you know, you're out here or whatever, you just want to take your glasses off, you can just take them off just like that, and they're off, completely off. You're seeing completely naturally. Or you want to go swimming or whatever it is. So the point is, and I've never swum with contacts, but I mean, I would imagine I would take them off. But the whole point is with glasses is they're so convenient. You can just take them right off. You see now I'm not wearing anything. I'm seeing completely naturally. But they're kind of cool. The other thing about glasses is they're sort of more natural in that way, because you know, when you take your glasses off, I mean, you know you're wearing something, so that's kind of natural because, you know, it's better to be natural, so, you know, you can just take them off and they're further from your eyes. But the funny thing about glasses, if you see somebody wearing glasses, what are you going to notice then? You're going to notice the body more instead of the glasses. You're going to say, well, what does that guy really look like? So if you're the athletic type or even a bodybuilder or whatever, and you know, you take a lot of pride and you emphasize your body, then maybe you're the type that might want to benefit from wearing glasses, because people see you in glasses, they're going to start looking down beyond your neck or your chin. They're going to say, what is that guy really like, or gal, or whatever, you know, girl. Boy or girl, you know, what is that individual really like, is, you know, beyond wearing glasses. But there's one other thing I wanted to say about glasses, and I'm trying to recall what it was. Maybe I'll add it on later. But the funny thing about this is, I'm using 60 interlaced is the type of video I'm doing right now on this, instead of 30 progressive or 60 progressive, just something different. I kind of think that 60 interlaced is kind of nice to look at. So I hope you enjoy this, and maybe I'll do a little editing or ads. There was another point I wanted to make about glasses, but they're not completely natural, and they're not, you know, they're not completely convenient. But in some ways, they're better than contacts. In some ways, they're not. Like I said, contacts I think are better for studying, but glasses, you know, like I said, you can take them off anytime you want. So if you need glasses, go ahead and get them, and you know, you'll be able to see the chalkboard and all that. So, and of course they'll make you get them if you go to get a driver's license. You got to pass a vision test, so you'll need them eventually if you need them to see 20/20 or something like that. But I was going to say, you know, get your glasses if you need them to see the chalkboard, and that way you won't be so worried about school and all that. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great time.